Good morning everyone. In this video, I'll explain you the principle of unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to general interest, and the principle of remuneration. So let's start with the principle of unity of direction. As per this principle given by Fayol, all units of an organization should work with coordinated and focused efforts towards same objective. There should be one head and one plan for a group of activities having the same objectives. This we'll understand with the help of an example. Bharti Airtel Limited is a leading integrated telecommunications company with operations in 20 countries across Asia and Africa. It has 4 business divisions. Each division offers different set of services, is headed by a separate departmental head and functions independently in the company. So this way we can just see as flashed on your screens the 4 divisions. First is telemedia services, second mobile services, third Airtel business, and fourth is digital TV services. So all these 4 divisions, they have a separate head and a separate plan because objective of each division is separate. This is unity of direction. Now what are the positive effects of following this principle of management? Better achievement of organizational goal. That is, organizational goals would be achieved since there are different divisions. Each division would be headed by a different boss, different with a different plan, and therefore organization's goals could easily be achieved. It also facilitates coordination of group activities and ensures unity of action. That is, all these divisions separately will work towards one goal and one organization. But what are the causes, what are the consequences of violation of this principle? It results in unnecessary duplication of efforts and wastage of resources. See now, finance department, purchase department, the work of these departments are same. But since we have a separate head, separate plan for each division, so duplication of work takes place. Lacks of unity of action results in decreased efficiency. Every individual division will work separately, and when it is working separately, it will result in the duplication of efforts. Along with it, the action result would be decrease in the efficiency of the employees because duplication is taking place. And what are the adverse effects? Individual initiatives are curtailed. Whatever is ordered by the boss would be followed by everybody. So this way, unity of direction, principle of unity of direction says that there should be one head and one plan for each division, for each activity which is going on in the organization. If there are different divisions, they should have a separate plan, they should have a separate boss for following it. This is unity of direction. Now this principle is different from unity of command. How is it different? We learned that under the principle of unity of command, one subordinate should receive orders and he should be responsible and accountable to only single superior. And in this unity of direction, each group of activity having same objective must have one head and one plan. So in the unity of command, there was a boss over one subordinate, and here there is, and for the entire group there should be one head and one plan. Second basis of distinction is the unity of command, it prevents the dual subordination, no two bosses. And the unity of direction, it prevents overlapping of activities. Each different division will work separately. There are 4 divisions, all the 4 divisions will be working separately. Another basis of distinction, that is the implication of unity of command, is it affects the individual employee because he is following a boss. And the unity of direction, it affects the entire organization because the entire division is working towards one direction, towards one goal, towards under the subordination of one head and one plan. So this is the difference between unity of direction and unity of command. Next principle of management is subordination of individual interest to general interest. Subordination means sacrifice. So what is to be sacrificed? Own individual personal interests are to be sacrificed in comparison to the general interest of the entire organization. As per this principle, the Fayol suggests that the interest of an organization should take priority over the interest of one individual employee. Also, larger interests of workers and stakeholders are more important than the interest of any one individual person. This we can understand with the help of an example. For example, I am a personal manager appointed for selecting the employees in an organization to fill up the vacancies. What I do is I give preference to one of my friends who is jobless. Now, this is my individual interest to give a job to such a person who is my friend without considering his qualities, without considering his talent. That should not happen. My own interest, person's individual interest should be subordinated, it should be sacrificed in comparison to the interest of an organization as a whole. What are the positive effects of this sacrifice, this subordination of personal interest over the organization interest? One of the positive effects is it helps in achieving the organizational goals because our focus is on the organization, not on the individual interest. Secondly, coordination between individual and organizational interest, it is obviously achieved because if the organization is earning profits, if the organization is successful, individual person itself would become successful in the enterprise. Consequences of violation are there is difficulty in achievement of organizational goals, and the adverse effect, difficult for organization to curb personal priorities in all situations. A bit of difficulty is observed. So this is another principle, that is subordination of individual interest to general interest or sacrifice of personal interest over the interest of the entire organization. Next principle for this video which I am going to explain is principle of remuneration of employees. Remuneration are the salaries, the wages, the financial incentives which are provided to the employees. Now, as per this principle, an organization's overall pay and compensation, they should be justified and they should be equitable in both the employees, to both the employees and the organization. Justified means whatever work is done by these workers, they should be provided the salaries, they should be provided the remuneration as per their work. And equitable means as per their designation. It does not mean equal. We can't pay same salary to the boss and same salary to the worker. So it should be justified and it should be equitable. How this happens? Employees should be paid fair wages to enable them to have a reasonable standard of living. Wages, salaries, they should be fair so that they attain the reasonable standard of living that helps them financially. And overall pay and compensation structure of an organization should be within the paying capacity. Now see, first point, it says that fair wages should be paid to maintain a reasonable standard of living for the worker. But now this does not mean that the entire organization will be suffering losses. It will consider its paying capacity also. Consider both these points. Salaries, wages, compensation, that is remuneration of the employees, should be fair. They should be justified. They should maintain a reasonable standard of living for the workers. But it does not mean that it goes beyond the paying capacity of the employer. It should be within the paying capacity. Now, what are the positive effects of this principle? Good relations between employee and management are maintained because now the management, now the employer is considering the interest of the worker so that his reasonable standard of living is maintained. Secondly, smooth working of the organization take place and increase in the level of motivation of the employees. Consequences of violation: unequal treatment causes employee dissatisfaction. Now, why this happens? Because the salary would be justified. If you work more, you will get more. If you work less, you will get less. This may lead to unequal treatment and further leading to employee dissatisfaction. Secondly, unhealthy relations between management and workers may also develop. And what are the adverse effects? It demotivates efficient workers because efficient workers, if given equal treatment, then it may lead to demotivation of the workers. So I hope that these three principles explained in this video, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to general interest, and thirdly the remuneration of employees, is clear to everyone. Thank you all.